Hello. Happy to help if you're just joining us and would like to press that join button down at the bottom left.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good actually. I'm waiting for my fellow facilitators as well. I think they're joining in a bit.
So I know of Daisy, Helga, and Michelle. Are you expecting anyone else?
No, that's about it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I thought I was in your last session too. I thought it went very well.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. So happy. That was a good response from everyone with the mirror board as well. I think I'm still getting responses there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Howard seems like a really wonderful guy, and that whole group.
He is. He's actually such a inspiring person for us young people. You know, we rarely think of a person, you know, who's like a professor, and he's really cool as well. So he always makes sure that
He
young
seems like
people
it.
get the center stage. Yeah.
I wanted to know him more. I feel like he's a good guy.
He is. Can you believe he's a youth professor in youth work in University of Wales?
Oh my
It's such
God.
I know. I mean, he has so much of experiences that we think, but you know, he just happens to say only a little bit of it. So humble.
Welcome, Helga.
Hi,
Thank
Helga.
you. Hi.
Absolutely amazing.
Oh, I love your earrings.
I know.
Africa. They're beautiful.
That's so nice.
Thank you so much.
Are they
I
wood?
love big earrings. But
Are they made of wood?
Yes, they are.
Very pretty.
Thank you. I have
You
short
have
hair.
another one. You have another
yeah.
one, right?
The black
my-
one.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
Sometimes I wish I could keep my hair short, but it would mean I have to go to the hairdresser. And with COVID, I've just given up.
Oh.
How are you guys, Marjorie? Must be a tiring day for everyone.
It's fine. No, I mean the conference in general is it's such an inspiring content. It's keeping us all up and going. So
nice.
I'm having my
You
third
getting your
coffee this morning though.
Are you
Yeah,
still?
Ashley yeah, it's now 7:43 in the morning my time. So
me too.
Ashley, when did you get up? I got up at like 2 a.m.
I got to sleep in a little bit. I got up around 4.
Oh, jealous.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
By the way, Marjorie, just a quick question. Michelle can't join, it seems.
Michelle cannot join. Okay, hold on. Let me look into that. Michelle Chu, correct?
Yes. I just saw the group.
Let me check her up. Let's see here. She's listed as a speaker. I'm popping away for 2 seconds, but I'll be right back.
Sure.
How are you all this morning?
Oh, sorry, Ashley, I couldn't ask. Hi.
No. Hi, how are you?
I just threw up like a couple of minutes ago, and I'm like almost like half dead. I know.
So
and I'm
sorry,
like,
Jane.
kinda, you have to get this session done, and then that's it. I'm gonna pass out. So I made some lime juice. So
oh my gosh.
Okay, have Michelle refresh. It looks like she had two users in the system, so I just added the other one.
Right. Okay. Join again. Yeah, but I feel much better right now after throwing up. So, yeah.
Oh my God.
If you need to
like hanging by a single thread right now. Ashley, how are you guys holding up?
I mean,
you guys are
better than that. If you need to like go rest, please do that. Your fellow presenters understand, I'm sure.
I know. Yeah. I'm just here to support my team because we've done like a lot of hard work around this and we deserve to make a good session, definitely. So Helga, by the way, I'm going to read the facilitator statements.
Mm-hmm.
So do I need to read it right when we start?
Yes, please.
Yes. So I think you just welcome, just whatever the number that we have.
Yeah, it says.
Start reading it out.
It says welcome to the session as well. So okay. So I'm just gonna read it out. That's easy. So yeah.
If you'll just read the whole thing and then go from
Sure.
there.
Super. Thank you, Ashley.
Have we heard
Are we
from
just-
Michelle? I just
Oh,
want to
by
make
the way,
sure.
Michelle says it's the same thing. Sorry.
Same. Okay. Do you have her email that she's trying to log in with?
Hold on.
I want to check that.
She presented earlier today. She should have.
Exactly.
It's odd.
Yeah,
is Michelle the only one we're waiting on?
I believe so. Let's see here. We
Daisy?
have Helga. Oh, Daisy.
Daisy
Have we been in
wasn't feeling
contact
well
with
either.
Daisy? Oh, Global joined the room.
Ooh.
Who changed
Let
their
me just
profile to
call
Global?
Michelle.
Okay.
That's easier.
I think Global is Road.
You think Global is who?
Road, the production team.
Oh,
Yeah. Because they're doing a screen share. I think.
that makes sense. Joseph, can you check on Michelle Chu? I have her in twice, but it seems like her permissions are still might be strange. I don't know.
Let me see. Michelle Chu. Users. First name. MICHE. Yeah, so essentially she has 2 accounts listed here.
Both are added to this right now, and she said she can't get into the session.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just give one of her accounts a panel.
Guys, I'm gonna share the email which Michelle is logged in from.
Oh, are you just gonna tag her, Joseph? Yeah. Why don't we just?
Would you be able to ask to refresh?
Okay, Michelle, can you refresh? Okay. Okay, what do you get now? All good? Okay. Did you get in?
There she is.
Oh, yay. What a day. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Michelle, you were in my first session. What happened? That was weird.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it as well.
Very strange. Well, and then
Yeah.
Daisy's the last we're waiting on. Have we heard from her?
No. We?
Do you want me to call Daisy?
Yes, let's try that too.
Daisy. Oh, she's online on WhatsApp.
Yep, she read our messages as well, so.
Okay, she just declared the call. I think she'll be joining, so yeah. Hopefully.
Okay.
Because she was actually sick as well. She was having food poisoning and her stomach's giving a little bit of trouble, but okay, she says I'm setting up now, so all good, guys.
A dedicated crew you all have.
And, one might pass out in the session, but our soul will still come up and be like, wee.
Is anyone sharing slides for this presentation,
Yes.
or is it just a discussion?
Michelle.
Michelle, would you like to give it a test, and we'll make sure it's all working?
Sure.
Yeah, it's really good we got you in.
A tech support.
Perfect. Love it.
Yay, nice.
Yay.
Oh, there it goes. And are you sharing videos or anything in that, Michelle? Or is it just slides? Perfect.
Also just testing my mural because I guess that's the one that also uses up a bit more bandwidth.
So the mirror link for the map and the calling, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Awesome. Wow, that is a beautiful mural board.
Isn't it? Thanks
thank
to
you.
Michelle here.
Yeah.
Michelle, I feel like you and I would be very similar in how we organize things.
Oh, okay. That's really good to know. I think I'm OCD.
Color coordinated, measured out to be square. I love it. We're very
Yeah.
I know. She's so on point with it. So on point.
Well,
Yay,
in a room full of pros, you guys are good. It looks like I'll stick around to make sure Daisy gets in. But your internet's all looking good. I'm hearing everyone pretty well. If I hit some emojis, you guys can see those, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, and then as you go, if you're noticing people are saying there might be a little bit of an echo, just make sure you're muting yourself if you're not speaking. Oh, cancel. Sorry, I also have an Amazon device in my room that I just alerted with that word. Yeah, so if you start hearing that, just make sure you're muting yourself if you're not speaking. Sometimes your microphone can pick up the sound of someone else speaking. Otherwise, I'm in the moderator chat if you need me, and I'm just going to go off screen for a minute, but I'll be back to make sure Daisy is good. You've got about 8 minutes before you go live.
Sure.
Okay.
By the way, Michelle, I'm going to be reading the facilitator statement first, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So yeah, you can. I'll just show that main slide, and then actually I was thinking, right? If we want to make things go even like smoother, it's better to also do the methodology first before the ice breaking. So in that case, we don't have to shift from the slides to the mural, back to the slides again, and then back to the mural.
Sure,
So it only go like we only need to switch twice. So yeah.
That's perfect. So let Daisy know the methodology, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Very short in the method part. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, I did mine earlier in 1 minute actually. I didn't
that's
even.
brilliant.
Yeah. So because what I really went through is that I told them that the study involved a lot of like evidence review and like, for example, experts consultations and blah blah blah. I didn't tell them like, I didn't go through like the more, I don't know, detailed part of it. So
How did it go overall? Like the participation in mural and everything?
It's actually pretty, I mean, I would say for my session and the attendees, it's pretty good because everyone who is on the session sort of participated in the mural board. So yeah, we definitely expected a much. Hi Daisy.
Hi everybody.
Hi Daisy, how are you feeling?
It's early.
Oh, nice.
Just a quick question as well. Do we want to start from the first one though? I mean, because like the order that we start from, right? It doesn't really matter. But which discussion do you think is more important for us? Because, for example, earlier in my session, I started with the second board because I do know that we might run out of time, which meant that even if we do run out of time, there's something on all 3 boards already.
Michelle, can you just share the link for the mural board again in the moderator one if you can?
You want like which one?
The mural board link.
To the moderator.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Daisy, so sorry. So Michelle, have you told Daisy that she'll read the methodology before we go to the mural board?
Oh yeah, I haven't. But like, yes. What Helga just said.
And are we switching from the mural to the PowerPoint?
Sorry?
Are we switching from the mural to the PowerPoint, or am I just reading it off by myself with no PowerPoint?
No, as in like we do the methodology first before we go to the ice breaking.
Yeah, but are we going to use the PowerPoint with the methodology, or am I just reading the methodology?
1, 2?
It's whatever you guys prefer.
Because I mean, I don't exactly mind, since we already have the PowerPoint on the screen, we can just have it and then switch to the Tarindra, oh my god. Can you maybe just sign in, like type mural and then sign in using your email? It should bring you right back to the workspace.
Okay, let me try. Hold on.
Sorry? been on the mural from the morning, like Mandarin session. So I think it's just the same.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's so
Why was it funny?
oh,
I
right,
have
okay.
5.
That came back.
Oh yeah, Karindra, are you able to access it?
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay, so I'll go to the. Okay, cool. I've got all.
What
of
I'll
it.
constantly ask people to do is I'll summon people.
Right. So basically, wait.
Not to go anywhere. I don't think this is one of our form given the number of participants.
By the way, Michelle, we'll be you and I will be doing the first, which is outcomes question, right? Just.
I think we're doing the second one, right?
Sorry.
I think we're doing the second one, right?
The first
Okay,
one, right?
the first one. Outcomes.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
me and Daisy the factors, right? Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll be doing the third one. I just realized. Oh yeah, and guys, because I do expect we would have a lot of people, but like try to make it quick fire, as in don't go too much on one question, I guess.
And by the way, Michelle, you can just hop in the first part. So if there's anything, I'll just add it as well. So.
Where?
The first part, the outcomes, you can just tick it and just explain the explaining stuff. You can do it. So I'll just hop into the answers and everything. So,
Okay,
because
then
we've already done the session. So.
I'll do the easy job.
Oh, is that the easy job? Okay, well, okay.
Oops.
1 minute and 44 seconds. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why am I?
Whoa. Okay.
Oh no.
Helga, you okay?
Person?
I'm okay. Sorry.
Nice.
Something outside. It's cool.
GYS. Okay, let me just check this. Welcome to this exciting session. What's the name of it again? Okay.
From concept to action to prevent COVID-19.
You do not want to miss that. Okay. Yep.
Thanks, Farrell.
Oh, thanks, Farrell.
Thank you. Okay, 50 seconds.
Daisy.
Where'd Daisy go? Well, we're at 30. I'll be around to help.
All right.
Okay.
Whew. Ready with my facilitator statements? That's a lot to read. Okay. Got it. Hopefully I would not throw up in the middle of that. Okay.
Please don't.
Thanks for sending us lots of love.
Love. What about us? Okay, live. Okay, I think live right now. Okay. So welcome everyone to this exciting session on from concept to action, empowering communities to prevent COVID-19 and the Global Youth Summit at large. Some of you are joining through the Juno platform, and many more are joining through the live broadcast and multiple social media channels. A very warm welcome to all of you, and we are really excited to have you all here. Before we kick off, a bit of housekeeping to note. First one is, please note that this session is a part of the Global Youth Summit. We strongly encourage you to explore other sessions in any one of the 3 tracks of each day of the summit. By joining this session, everyone who will have the opportunity to speak consents to their image and audio being broadcasted. By participating in the Global Youth Summit, you have agreed to behave professionally, respectfully, and be culturally sensitive towards other people, to promote the principles of respect, diversity, and inclusion, as well as try to actively prevent and not engage in abusive behavior of any kind that leads to any harm, prejudice, discrimination, or harassment against any person. If you do not adhere to these principles or summit codes of conduct, you will be removed from the session and potentially banned from the entire session event, and the organization that nominated you will be notified of your actions as well. Fourthly, we have a safeguarding team moderating our interactions on the Juno platform, the live broadcast and chat function, and all social medias. So the last point, should you have any point feel unsafe or witnessing any concerning behaviors, please feel free to reach out and send an email to safe@globalyouthmobilization.org. You may also get in touch with any support team at the virtual help desk. All information in mail to the email address will be kept private and confidential. So passing on the session to my colleagues. Do we have Helga next or Daisy?
Yeah, you're able to jump on?
She's having trouble to unmute herself.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
It's okay, technical.
Yes, Daisy.
All right, so our goal to brief to better years of young people between 15 to 30 years. Rapid evidence review was conducted by the American Psychology Association over 4 weeks in January 2021 to examine risk perception making in the health domain by young people. Related with data collected on young people in relation to COVID-19, global survey of knowledge, attitudes, and practices of young people in 23 countries around COVID-19, led by the Johns Hopkins University. We also had a global survey on social media usage of young people in 24 countries, led by the University of Melbourne. 2 consultants with over 20 plus experts in behavioral science, evidence review to bring more perspectives, and collaborative writing with 5 rounds of review to date. I apologize for the technical difficulty about the diversity of our literature and our researchers. So we wanted to make it very clear that the research findings that we're about to present comes from diverse perspectives from all over the 23 countries. And we want to make sure that all perspectives and insights are included in this data. So please feel free to use the chat box. And if you agree with any of these findings or have different perspectives, please include them, because we want to make sure that when we are talking about youth behavior, it is genuine and authentic. Thank you.
Thank you, Daisy. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
I'm glad. Sorry for that. So no, we have participants from different places, and would really want to know where you are coming from, as well as trying to know the time zone. So here we have Daisy from the States. It's very early in the morning, and we have Michelle, which is late. So we'd want to know where our participants are coming from. We Michelle's going to share the link of the mural board. So please use the orange stroke yellow highlights, writing in that sticker the place that you're coming from. Would love even the town and the country and the current time that you're in at. So for example, right now I'm in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and it's 15:05. It's 3 p.m. So that's the link. Please click on that link, which will lead you to the mural board, and then the orange sticker, and then you'll see the map. The orange sticker. If you have the mural board, you'll see mine. And I'm going to write where I'm from. Technology. Showing name and city. So you can write your name and where you're coming from. So you can write the city as well as the country that you're coming from. And the time.
I think we have lots of great. It's amazing to see a diverse group joining us today. Lot of notes here and there. We have a lot from Singapore, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Hong Kong, South Korea. Tells. Oh, a lot from Mexico, Uruguay. Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Keep the responses coming in. It's beautiful to see it. It's amazing. And we have from Italy, Germany, Poland, South Korea. What do you say, colleagues? It's quite the diverse.
Yes, and as you can see, we're all from different areas and parts of the world, but we all are coming together for the common issue of how can we combat COVID-19 in our local communities. So thank you everyone for being leaders around in your local communities around the world. You can truly see the impact on the screen.
Right, guys, feel free to continue adding yourself in the world map. But yeah, we'll just quickly move on into the actual discussion because we're a bit tight on time, right? So I'll also quickly share with you the link to another discussion board. Just give me a few seconds for our tech to do its magic. Right. There you go. You should be able to join the second discussion board using the link. Yep. Keep coming in. We have around 14 now. I know there's a lot more online on Juno, so feel free to quickly join us using the second link.
Yeah, that's a lot joining the room now as well. So feel free to use the link and join the Miro board right now, guys, so we can have a really good discussion around the most amazing things which you want to hear from young people about some of the behavioral insights of us and make a concrete action plan.
Yeah, so I'll just start off with telling you how to navigate around the Miro. I'm sure you already had the experience earlier as well with the world map, but this is also literally the same thing. So just double click on the sticky note and you'll be able to put your inputs, as well as if you think at any part or any section, you don't really have like your own input, but if you agree with something that is already on the screen, you can also shift this small little, sticky notes or like labels to the sticky note that you agree with, right? Yeah. So, all right, let's look at the outcomes team first, right? So I have a question for everyone. When we make decisions, what kind of short-term outcomes or rewards are important to us and can motivate us as young people? Feel free to type in your thoughts. And if anyone would also like to share in the chat in Juno, feel free to do so as well.
We're already getting great responses. I'll read a couple of them, which is the adrenaline rush, utilitarianism, the happiness, making people I care about happy, being able to see our vision come to reality. Wonderful, guys. Let's keep the active, engaging conversation coming up. I think we have a question. Fernanda says, I didn't understand how to enter on this part.
Okay, just let me quickly reshare the link with you. So
yeah,
you will be able to, once you click on the link, it should magically bring you over to Miro, right? Or just copy the link and paste it on an open tab.
Yeah, and then it will bring you to our amazing Miro board where we make the discussions. I think there's a lot joining on right now as well. So welcome to the session, guys, and feel free to click the link and join the question and answer. What do you think about short-term outcomes or rewards that are important to us and can motivate us when we make decisions? Sense of achievement, making my family proud, satisfaction, happiness. What do you think, colleagues? Do we use some of them when we make decisions?
Definitely. I think, like, for example, making people I care about happy is something that's quite important to me. Like when I see other people smiling around me and other people just like having this positivity in them, yeah, it just makes me happy and motivated.
Definitely, definitely. And also, I think someone mentions being able to see the progress made. That's an excellent point as well. So it's almost like reflecting back on what you did, and then you're being able to track the progress as well. Beautiful points, everyone. Positive influence, knowing that hard work will pay off. What about you, Daisy? What do you think about this?
Yes, I completely agree. Short-term outcomes and rewards. What is kind of motivating our desire, and what is the different options that we're seeking as a result of our action? So it's very important to be mindful of this. I know sometimes it's difficult, but it's very important that we stay present and be aware of how our actions can influence other actions of other individuals around us.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you, Daisy, for the great points. That I can completely resonate with both of our colleagues in here. And yes, I feel like lots of them are agreeing with the points mentioned around others as well. Purposefulness, what a beautiful point. It's really nice to have a purpose in life and make sure that we take decisions to align with our purpose as well. Learning, self-satisfaction, getting more encouragement, achieving the milestones, lots of great responses.
All right. Feel free to continue adding your thoughts in the first question, but I will also bring you guys over to our next question. So, under our current situation, living with the pandemic, with COVID-19, what actions do you think we can undertake to help us achieve better short-term outcomes or rewards? So, it's really whatever that you have, just filled in the first question. What kind of actions or steps that we can take to help us achieve those rewards that are important to us and those rewards that will motivate us, right?
We're slowly getting responses in here. Vaccination. Focus on the present, set minimum achievables, trying to do them online, someone says, and engaging in the community, identify things that can be done quickly and make a big impact, definitely. Immediate actions that tackles issues at smaller scale. Right, keep typing and make everyone. So all these points, please feel, if you resonate with someone else's point, feel free to take one of these circles notes and drop it in these sticky notes if you feel like you agree with their points. Is going out. Small steps. Be positive and trying to start something, even if it's small. Constantly updating ourselves with the current situation. Yes, indeed. It's very, very important because things can always change even in the last minute. So it's very important that we update ourselves with the COVID-19 pandemic and, before we take any actions that help us achieve better short outcomes. Keep a calm composure, definitely. In a pandemic, what we all are looking for is definitely a calm composure, because if we panic, we might lead to very different things. So engage in the community, make plans, wearing a mask and practicing social distance. There you go. Wonderful. It's beautiful responses, everyone. Keep them coming in. Stay optimistic for sure. I know it's a bit difficult to stay optimistic at times like this because we're really unsure of when the pandemic will end, but definitely worth a try, so that we young people will not lose our courage and the fight for youth voices to be heard.
Yeah, we also have a YouTube channel that says being able to measure the impact you're creating and have an idea of how well you're doing, figure out areas you need to improve in. I totally agree. Yeah, because when we are able to measure our outreach, our impacts, and reflect again on ourselves in terms of the steps and actions that we've done, it really does go a long way in helping to keep us motivated and believing in the work that we're doing.
Definitely.
And yeah.
Sorry, someone says self-care, therapy. I mean, these are very diverse ideas. Lovely to hear them. Self-care, very important in a time like this. So, yep. Keep going, Michelle.
Yep. All right. So, everyone over down here. Yeah. So, do you think like the long-term outcomes of our decisions are less or equally or maybe more important to us? So I'll quickly try to start a voting session if my laptop works with the bandwidth. I mean, with so many people. Okay, that's doesn't. Tarindra, do you want to start one? Or no, it's okay. We can, you know what we can do instead? You can also just bring this small yellow dots to the gray sticky note that you think you would like to agree with, right? So if you think long-term outcomes are more important than short-term outcomes, then of course bring it on to more. If you think they are equally as important, then bring it to equal.
I think lots of them are agreeing with more at the moment.
All right, and let's see why. Yeah. So quickly moving down again. So under what kind of circumstances or in what areas do we care more about? You know, maybe short-term outcomes more than long-term outcomes, since a lot of you say you care more about long-term outcomes too. But so yeah, in what kind of circumstances then do we actually care about short-term outcomes more than long-term outcomes instead of long-term outcomes? So there are some already on the screen, like the big pink boxes. You can, you know, quickly also shift the yellow dots to whatever you agree with. Or you can also, if you have any other thoughts, feel free to type it in the sticky notes. Oh, but it's really interesting to see, like, to hear your perspectives on this, right? Because the tech advisory report and as in the WHO youth report actually tells us that young people care more about our short-term outcomes. So we would like to hear from you on why you think maybe, in what aspect do you think that might be true? Or like, also feel free to put in the comments, because we don't exactly have that question on the board. So maybe you can comment just straight on Juno. Why, in what instances as well, do you think long-term outcome is more important to young people?
And some of them shares when there's a dire need for immediate change, definitely. That's quite important as well. And when a life is at risk, they say. That's a good one.
Those are very true. And I guess also quite related to COVID, because I guess a lot of us here know how many lives are lost because of the pandemic, right? And maybe because the study was sort of somewhat targeted in times of the pandemic. So yeah, that's why this conclusion was also come with.
And then says healthcare and mental care needs immediate help. There's lots of answers when we need instant gratification. Yeah. Nice, great. And we have lots of answers around health and well-being here. Oops. Okay. Health and well-being, education. So I think a lot of y'all care about short-term outcomes when it comes to health and well-being and education, I suppose. Like here in Korea, and once again, quite a little bit more in fun than Korea, but mostly in education and health and well-being, as far as I see in the board right now. Brilliant. It's very interesting to understand like the different scenarios when we can, take decisions about short-term outcomes and long-term outcomes. It depends on the situation as well as the level of experience as well. When it comes to career, sometimes we try and think about long-term outcomes, but then when it comes to things like health and mental care, which we really can't risk, we try and take something like short-term outcomes. So it's always good to think out of the box when we answer questions like this, because it all depends on that current scenario or circumstance which we'll be taking the decision on, right? So I think we can all agree on that. So once again, great amount of responses, and I think a lot of our audiences really voted more when it comes to long-term outcomes of our decisions are more important to us statement. So
all right, well noted, and your feedback is definitely very important. So see what we can do with it and come up with a checklist for young people to also constantly be reminded when we carry out our local action. I'll just quickly bring all of you to maybe the second board. I'm not sure if my facilitator superpowers are working. Yay. So I'm pretty sure all of you would be at the second board right now. If Daisy or Helga is on the line, can we have you?
Thank you, Michelle. So we're moving on to factors on number 2 in the top middle of the mural board. And the first question that is asked is peer pressure a main factor that would influence your behavior / decision making? So it's very important to reflect on our own experiences and think back to a time where you were in a setting with your friends. Was a different action or behavior influence your decision that you normally wouldn't take? Yes or no? And this question reflects back to the WHO report. We saw when individuals are in a group setting, our decision-making is influenced, therefore that we do not have the same perspective that we would if we were alone. So for instance, say we were in a group setting where everyone wasn't wearing a mask. Would you be bold enough to wear a mask, or would you be peer pressured into not wearing a mask because of the group setting that you're in? I'm seeing a lot of responses. I see we have many yellows. We have a few no's. Thank you so much for engaging and participating. Also, feel free to use the chat box on Juno if you have any questions or want to clarify your perspective on this. And then moving on to the second question, we have, are socioeconomic circumstances, lower income families, lack of accessibility to resource, a main barrier that might stop you from practicing COVID-19 prevention behaviors? So as we know, in our communities all over the globe, not all of us have the same access to resources and opportunities to protect ourselves during COVID. Have you seen these barriers in your community? Can you give us some examples in the chat box of what are some barriers that you see when it comes to preventing COVID in your community and also in your country and around the globe? How can we compare and contrast these inaccessibilities? I'm seeing a lot of yes, a few no's. Thank you so much. So this leads us to our next question, where you can use the sticky notes for discussion. Are there any other factors, barriers that might influence your behaviors and decision making? So maybe something that we haven't listed above in the mural. What is your perspective when it comes to barriers? What have you seen in your local communities? And how does it influence our behaviors when we act to preventing COVID-19? So I am seeing finance, peer pressure and mental health, other people's opinions, accessibility to service. Very true. That's definitely something that I see in my local community is lack of transportation. My community is privileged enough to have the vaccine distributing centers, but it's very difficult when those that don't have transportation to these centers, how can we get them the resources that they need? Past experiences also influence. So say, for example, if you had inequities in your community, it might defer you from reaching out and seeking those services because maybe in your past experience, you weren't able to receive access to the resources you were looking for. So you may feel not encouraged to go seek those services again. Great point. Stressful situations. Yes, stress and mental health is such a huge important factor when it comes to COVID-19 and affecting our ability to go seek those services that we need. Thank you so much, everyone, for your inputs, and please continue to use the sticky notes and chat box. This leads us to our next question. How do we make practicing COVID-19 preventive behaviors a social norm among our peers and communities so that positive peer pressure would motivate us to make the right decisions toward better outcomes? So going back to our example of peer pressure, say you were the only person in the room wearing a mask. can that influence and create a positive peer pressure to encourage those around you to also practice the social norm of preventing COVID? What are other ways that we can use positive peer pressure to motivate our peers and our communities around us to take COVID-19 serious and to continue practicing preventive measures? We have raising awareness through social media. Yes, this is such a great tool that connects us from communities all over the globe. So we need to be strategic and wisely on how do we use social media campaigns to influence those around us. Some kind of rewards, incentives, role modeling, being that leader in your community. We are all leaders in our community. So how can we role model positive behavior? Make it look cool. So make it look trendy, make it creating it as a social norm in our communities, educating our peers, rewards for people who are following COVID guidelines, influencers. These are all great responses. Thank you so much for engaging with us today.
Actually amazing to see all these great responses. It's so nice.
This leads us to our second question. How do we enable young people to practice COVID-19 preventive behaviors despite social economic barriers? So for those that we were talking about, barriers and accessibility, how can we empower and enable these communities to practice in preventive behaviors? I know we've seen all over the world, we have been very innovative when it comes to COVID-19, whether it's making our own hand sanitizer, making our own masks. How can we be innovative and creative to bring preventive COVID-19 measures into communities where it's less accessibility and more inequities? So we have give them resources that they need. So meet the community at where they are at. Do not put resources that are more inaccessible to communities, but actually go directly to those communities, to those homes to give those resources. Very good point. Provide needed resources, masks, etc. Resource distributions, find actions that may be done from their circumstances, inform them of the pros and cons, innovative and coming up with new solutions. And also reflect in your communities. Do you have areas where it's very disproportionately impacted from COVID-19 versus other areas of your community? How can we meet them to where they're at and help them with COVID-19 prevention? Education, thank you. Michelle and Taringa, what do you guys think of these responses?
I think it's amazing, because the reason why we really wanted to have this discussion with you is that we want to discuss with you to come up with a checklist for young people to practice when we carry out local actions, so that it reminds ourselves as well as our communities to continue to carry out preventive measures, right? Because the battle against the pandemic is still a very, very long one, and we're nowhere near winning yet. And therefore, although we are doing a lot of things to fight against the pandemic, but we also need to remember to protect ourselves, protect our loved ones, protect our communities against the pandemic, so that everyone stays healthy and safe. So your inputs are really very, very important for us to move forward with this, so that after the session we can reconvene and use your inputs to come up with a document for young people to always just keep in mind, like a pocket document, so that when you are carrying out and mobilizing local actions, you will also remember to be a good role model and to encourage everyone to practice COVID preventive behaviors. So thank you for really joining in our discussion.
Sophia, thank you. I'm sorry, go ahead, Taringa.
No problem. So because there's amazing responses here, and I just want to react on a couple of them. It says, trying to find new innovations to come up with new solutions to prevent COVID-19, and that's beautiful because we want young people's new ideas, thoughts, innovations, and even I've seen in Sri Lanka a lot of social enterprises are opening up, and enterprises making masks and all of it. So all this in the past, all the young power to try and get ahead of the pandemic, and we have light at the end of the tunnel someday. So we can use all the forces to join hands and the pandemic. And also really brilliant examples to see how you guys are coming up with social media campaigns and how you want to make educate people from instructional videos, pamphlets. Amazing. And it's just not the same ways, the social norm kind of ways which you all have mentioned, but you all have been really creative and put down lots of creative ideas. So thank you from us for that. Yes, Daisy.
Thank you so much for your inputs. And Sophia, thank you for in the chat box of creating tutorials, instruction pamphlets to teach them how to make their own preventive tools. Very good. So how can we provide tools and resources for the communities for themselves to be empowered internally and create resources internally? And this leads us to our last question. How can we be more mindful of our mental well-being during the pandemic, and what measures can be done to practice mental health and mental self-care? So I see constantly on one another, staying in touch with our friends and family, online free therapy. Yes, there are various platforms. If you are in a situation where you cannot access healthcare, please research online to various platforms that offer free therapy. Meditation and mindfulness, very good points. Being in the present moment and doing your daily affirmations is so important. Taking breaks from using your computer and phone. Yes, we are in the generation, we are constantly digitally attached to either a device of some sort. So making sure you take breaks and go outside and enjoy nature and be connected with our earth. Not being afraid to say we don't feel well. This is so important. Many times mental health can be shaming, and there can be a stigma to it where we want to say we're resilient and we're still going strong. But it's also very important to reflect on the times when we don't feel as strong and to validate those emotions and to not suppress those emotions. Getting outside, exercise. Exercise is a great form of self-care to really get those dopamine chemicals releasing in your brain and giving you positive energy. All right, so we are moving on to Michelle and Tarinda. Please, the floor is yours.
Sure, but because we have Helga back with us, congratulations for being able to join us. I'll let Helga take the floor for the third discussion. Helga.
Thank you. I'm just going through the mirror board. Thanks for the responses. So what I'd really want to say is that as young people, we are from different backgrounds, right? We are similar, but not same. So we have our needs local, related to our age, society, economy, and they do change with time. So as young people, we need to grow and we need to develop and keep on experimenting. So with the ideas that we have actually been giving out and the view, we need to acknowledge and appreciate that you're a diverse group. So we need to observe and listen and identify the old and the new barriers that we need to address. So we should be vigilant, not give up, but also the global context of the ideas or the solutions given, we need to see if they can actually suit our local context. So it's nice to know at the global level what are the solutions, but try see if they're really relatable to our community. And I'll say that we need to know, and we need to act, and we need to be in control of whatever that you're doing. Let's take control. And we have an ability, from what I've seen that you're sharing from the experience from all these summits, we have an ability to take our own actions. So let's influence our community to protect ourselves from COVID-19. We have the power and we can influence that, but let's look on how our community is before going full force into that message. Back to you, Daisy.
Yeah, thanks, Helga, for giving us some very, very practical tips on what we can do as young people and our power as young people. I'll just quickly bring everyone back to the mural board, and so we have this third discussion board which is on trends. So basically it's digitalization. So if you would be able to vote on maybe how often you access health information on digital media, so through online news portals or social media, etc. You can vote either never or sometimes or always. I know you guys are moving super fast, and that's amazing. So a lot of response are sometimes and some always, but I mean, it would be sort of a lie to say that we have never accessed health information online, right? With how advanced technology is nowadays. And then if we can quickly jump on then to how we can utilize digital media to then encourage COVID-19 preventive behaviors or to prevent misinformation. Because since it's such a powerful tool for people, a lot of us also access health information online, then how can we as young people act to encourage our communities, to encourage other young people, our peers, to carry out or to practice COVID-19 preventive behaviors, as well as to prevent misinformation from spreading on social media. It'd be great to hear your thoughts. I see a lot of comments. I see a lot of responses and agreement on checking credible sources. So I do think that that's very true. Fact check, promoting those credible sources of information and providing more reliable resources, right? So it's to have its availability, to have the availability of reliable resources, as well as to promote the resources when they are available. Amazing. Also, I think another point that is very, very good to take note is that someone suggested that we need to gear different media outlets to various age groups depending on the popularity of this social media platforms for different age groups, right? So, for example, Instagram for young people, traditional news for older groups. Very, very true.
It's really fun that also WHO has, an Instagram page, a Twitter page, so you can actually follow those credible sources on our social media for
exactly and
information.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your comments coming in. This mural board will still be open even after our session. And if you have any other thoughts or reflections that might not be addressed in the above questions, feel free to also leave it here in this small board down here. I'm not sure if my facilitator superpowers work right now. Yes, it does. So yeah, you can also leave any comments you have. I'm passing back to the floor for Daisy for our closing.
I'm sorry, Daisy, we can't hear you.
Yep, on your mic.
Much for can you hear me?
Yes, Daisy.
Uh-oh.
All right, I guess I'll take it. Just for the closing, it will be great if everyone that's joining our session right now just... Daisy, are you back?
I think the internet seems to be lagging from the side. So
yeah, if I can get everyone that's currently on the call right now to
Cool. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. But I would love, since we were talking about mental health, I would love for us to be mindful for 5 seconds. So if you with me, just think about thoughts right now. Doing any. Okay, so get away with action.
Oh,
I think Daisy was talking about the aha question. If someone can someone ask the aha question?
yes.
Yes.
I'll do that, I guess. Yeah, so
Thank
Daisy
you.
just mentioned that it'll be great if everyone can just, take a moment to reflect on ourselves. So it'll be great if you can just close your eyes for a few minutes, for 1 minute actually, and reflect on the most influential leaders of your community. So take a moment to think about some of the most influential leaders in your community and try to list 5 leaders who have made an impact in your community. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to do that. And now open your eyes. So I have a question for everyone. Did you list yourself as an influential leader? So were you one of the 5 in your list earlier? I mean, you don't have to tell me the answer. You can, keep it to yourself. But I just want to remind you that you, as a young person, and we as young people, as youth, we have the power to make a difference and to inspire others. So it's time for us now to use our voices, to make our voices heard, and to create action right now. So after the Global Youth Summit, start applying for the funding for local solutions, start doing community service, start taking small actions that you can. Because if we do these small actions together, from all over the world, it will make a very, very big difference. Let us show the world what young people can do together.
yeah. Or have influence. So let's start ourselves. That's with that.
Definitely. Let's make our voices and actions be heard, guys. So let's show the young power, youth power all across the communities and all across the globe.
Yeah.
And let's apply for the fund solutions. Let's do the applications. Send in those applications. Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone for joining our session. I'm so sorry that we had multiple technical difficulties, but it's all part and parcel of an online experience. So yeah,
and also feel free to pop in all your questions on the mural board. Even though if we finish this session, you can still engage with the mural board and put in all the reflections and all the amazing insights on it. So that's totally fine, and we'd love you on the mural board as well. Thank you so much for all the love. I see the love reaction going all crazy.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, guys.
Yep, feel free to take a short break, and do remember to join us for the final plenary session.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you. So much love. Thank you, guys. So much amazing comments.
Still streaming on YouTube, but we got a question. Who can we ask more about funding and what is the deadline for the funding, right? So visit our website at www.globalyouthmobilization.org and you'll get all kinds of information in terms of the funding, how to apply for it, and things like that. So remember, everything you need is on our website, www.globalyouthmobilization.org.
I also posted the link on the chat as well, the local solutions link, so it's easier to find it. There we go. This is how much we want the young people's ideas to be heard. So definitely.
Send in applications. Oh, this is really fun. Bye.
Alrighty.
So you can leave? right?
Yes.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Asking if there seems to be a deadline here.
Oh, there's no deadline, at least for now. So
Not
it will
least
be
for now,
an
yes.
ongoing, yeah, application. You can apply now. You can apply, I think in a few months or something like that. But do constantly check the website for updates or like for updated information, right? Because right now there's no deadline to it.
Yeah, and you can also sign up on the website for newsletters and everything, so you're always getting updates. So feel free to do that. Hope we're clear with that, May. Super, no problem.
All right, I'll jump off. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
See you with all your amazing ideas on the mural board for the later discussion. So thank you.